Hey everyone, this is Allie from Technology. We've had lots of teachers ask about how to take a worksheet that they're already using and modify it into a digital platform. So we're going to be looking at 3 different ways to do that today. We're going to start with the first one, which is option 1. We're going to snip it and then insert it into a Google slide. Okay, so here's the PDF that I have that I want my students to complete. This is something that I got off of Teacher Pay Teacher, and I've used it before, and so now I just want my students at home to be able to do the same work without having to print it. So what we are going to do is download the Nimbus screenshot extension. So in a new tab, just type in Nimbus extension, go to the Google Chrome store, and then this right here will say add to Chrome. This is the little icon that it looks like, and you can find it up in your extensions toolbar. If you don't see it, you should have a puzzle piece. You can click on that and choose your other extensions. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here and choose Nimbus. And I like to use the selected area one. There's all these other options that you might play with in your own time as well, but I'm going to use that one. And then I only want to use this little section. So instead of option 2, which is going to be using the full packet or multiple pages, let's say I only want to use this section. Okay, so highlight the spot that you want, and then we're going to click the check mark to save that. It will come up. You can rename it if you want to. I find that I don't hold on to those for very long, so I'm not even going to worry about that. All right, popping over to a new Google slide, I'm going to change my layout to blank. And then you have a few options in this. If you're just taking screenshots, I like to leave this the same size that it is defaulted to, but you could also change it. We'll look at changing the size in option 2 as well. And so I'm going to upload from the computer and click on my downloads, and here's that screenshot. Okay, and then you can drag this and make it bigger. Okay, you'll see that it is a little fuzzy just because I clipped it when it was pretty small. But it's still usable, and I'm going to insert a text box here. If you want to work on the fuzziness, I would just make your PDF bigger when you're using it. Okay, for the text box, I'm going to drag that up, and I want to change my font to something a little happier for kids. And I also like to change the color. That way they know where they're writing versus all the extra text. And then I also like to add a border around it. Makes it just a little bit easier, I think, for them to find where to type. So now I can come in here and type my answer. And then for the teacher, when you're grading it, it's also nice and easy to find where their writing is versus everything else. All right, quick shortcut is if you hit Control D, you can make a duplicate of whatever it is that's highlighted. So I'm going to duplicate that text box and then put it there. Okay, and then underline the sentence that tells you to do so. They can do that by just drawing a line underneath it and modifying the color. The other thing that you could do is if you want to, you can just go ahead and put that line there, and then they can drag that for themselves. Okay? So that is snipping something and putting it into a Google slide for them to use. This is a really great option if you're not wanting to take the entire file, but just maybe bits and pieces of it.